Okay, so now we're going to talk about the 2018 Wrangler JK Sahara 4x4 two-door hardtop that was white when I bought it. So this is after I reported the, I think it was a 2015 Renegade Latitude 4x4, like switched or borrowed or whatever to the Alpharetta Police Department. I guess like 2 or 3 or 4 months later, I decided in January 2022, the police weren't getting back to me. They obviously didn't care. They didn't know, didn't believe me, didn't whatever. So I drove to Canton, Shottenkirk in Canton, and I explained this to two people who looked like, one looked like Ben Crochet from Slidell, and the other guy looked like a child of Stephen Donnelly. I called him Surfer Dude. Looks like Surfer Dude's kid. Stephen Donnelly went to Pope John Paul, was friends with Philip von Zweck, among other people. I don't know. They sat next to me in the speech class, I think it was speech class. Yeah, Miss Rhodes' speech class. Okay. So I told them the story about the Renegade. They said, we'll figure it out. I said, you want to figure it out? Go ahead. I said, I don't think that's my car, but I don't know. They were not doing anything at the Alpharetta Police Department. So they said $10,000 for the trade-in. I gave them a $33,000 cashier's check from Wood Forest Bank. It had the VIN on the cashier's check. I drove off with the Wrangler. There's a picture of it on my last Facebook account with my little face. And it wasn't the actual hair. It was like messed up version of Issa's hair job. Excuse me. But so come May of 2022. I decided it was time to pack all my stuff out of the apartment. I hadn't been staying there anyway, and I was just going to pack my stuff out. I went to Plato's Closet. I had an appointment at the North Fulton Community Charities building for food stamps because I had been invalid user coded on my debit card. I couldn't access my money anymore at Wood Forest Bank in Roswell. So I had about an hour before. Plato's Closet opened an hour before my appointment. So I waited for Plato's Closet to open with some things that I had put together that I didn't think I would need at the moment. I thought maybe they would want to buy them. I went into Plato's Closet and she said, I laid all this stuff out and she said, we can't buy anything from you anymore. And I said, why? This is only like the second or third time I've been in here to sell stuff to you. She said, I don't want to talk about it right now. I said, fine, call the police. I want a record of this conversation. So while she's on the phone with the police, I guess, I'm packing this stuff up and I said, I'm going to go wait in my car. It took her forever. So I wait in the car and no one shows up and it's time for me to leave for the appointment. So I decided to take off, and as I pull away, here comes the Roswell SUV. And I'm like, well, it's too late. I can't stay and talk to you now. So I go down. It's just down Main Street or whatever it's called there, to the North Fulton Community Charities building. He follows me the whole way. As soon as we hit the line for Alpharetta, he decides to turn on his lights. Well, it's right there, so I don't know if that building is Roswell or Alpharetta, but I just pull into the Community Charities building, pull over. I don't park. I just pull over, and I'm sitting in my car waiting for him to say what title, license, registration, or whatever. So I guess Hispanic-looking dude comes up to the passenger side of the car and he says, ma'am, you're going to have to get out of your car. I said, okay. So I turn the car off, or I roll the windows up, turn the car off, and get out of the car and go to the front of the car. Matt Benham, who has Bender on his shirt, asked me if I was aware the car was reported stolen. I said, no, I didn't report my car stolen. I don't remember if I said this, but I'm thinking, and I maybe did. I said, well, you didn't do anything about the Renegade, so why would I report this one stolen? So then he says something about, do you know what theft by deception is? And I said, no, why don't you tell me what it is? So he said, it's when you lie on a loan to get a car or something like that. Do you lie on a loan to get a proof of credit that you're not qualified for or something? I don't know. And I said, well, I don't have a loan on the car. I didn't lie on a loan. In fact, I filled out the loan paperwork because they had wanted me to get a loan. But I put zero income, something like that, and I didn't get a loan. I didn't need a loan. I gave him a $33,000 cashier's check, and they gave me $10,000 for the trade-in. So then he said something about my tag being expired, and I said, well, I tried to get the tag, but the first time I went, they said I had to have my the Fulton County address on my driver's license, which I hadn't had time to change over. I did it online, but that was for the first apartment, not for the second apartment that I was in at the time. Excuse me, at the time, already moving my things out of the second apartment. So I go back and get my lease because someone stole my lease or I lost it from Gary Hill. I go back to the tag place and I say, I changed my the address on the license. They give me the little printout because they have to give me a new driver's license and take it to the tag guy. And I'm like, here you go. Can I get a tag now? And he said, it's not ready yet. And I asked him, what do you mean it's not ready yet? It's not ready yet. And I told him about the messed up contract. I didn't want the extended warranty that Shottenkirk gave me anyway. There was something else wrong with it. I don't understand this, that, and the other. He said that was the manager who told me to go to the Better Business Bureau. This was after I contacted the Attorney General several times about this stupid contract that was illegal, who didn't do anything for me either. So he kept saying the tag wasn't ready. I kept saying I didn't order a tag. I don't have a personalized license. I just want a license for the car. It's not ready yet. Fine. I realized he's not going to help me. He's not going to answer my questions, so I leave. And he doesn't know what to say about that either. Let me see. So then, like, Gabe P, some Germanic Russian name, is there, who was Gina Kirkland's crush at Northshore High School. She went to Northshore High School freshman year. I met this guy one time. Gabe something. I didn't even know his last name in high school. But it starts with a P. It was like a Russian Germanic name. Then there was this curly-haired brunette that I don't even know, who I saw at Sonova's Bank later when I went to ask about this check that I got from something. I don't remember. So we have Hispanic-looking dude. We have Matt Benham. We have Gabe P. And then we have the curly-haired dude who showed up at, I think, Roswell headquarters. Anyway. And then we have, I call him A-hole. So Hispanic-looking dude says, maybe you're going to have to get out of your car. Matt Benham / Bender says, are you aware your car is reported stolen? The other two I don't remember them saying anything specifically about being my car. A-hole says, ma'am, you're going to have to give me the key to your car. So I give him the keys. He hands me back the YMCA barcode and the Fulton County Library barcode, and I'm thinking, I'm surely not going to need those in prison if that's what you think I'm going for driving my own car. You freaking genius. So I guess he took off with my Wrangler. Meanwhile, I get handcuffed, put into the SUV, and no rights, no indication as to what I'm being, arrested for. Just taken to Roswell City Hall, put in a holding cell for 4 hours. So I'm sitting in the holding cell, wondering how long this is going to last. I see a blanket that is identical to one that my son had, and I asked him where the blanket came from. He said people donate them to them. And I'm like, why do you need a blanket here? There's blood all over there were 2 holding cells, blood, like period blood, nasty smelling blood. I was thinking, I'm not going in there. So the guy said, why don't you put it in the other one? And I'm going, it looks like somebody tried to beat the bejesus out of someone in the other one, but I guess there's no blood in this one. So then I hear someone calling on the phone with an apparent judge trying to get a warrant for my arrest, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs all this stuff about cashier's check, trade-in, my car, tried to get the title, you can't arrest me for driving, I tried to get the tag, you can't arrest me for driving my car, you can't arrest me for doing nothing wrong. On and on. I guess the judge said you might want to take her back to wherever you picked her up from. So 4 hours illegally detained. I missed a food stamp appointment. I missed a job interview. And when they put me back in the car, in the SUV, he kept saying my purse was in the back of his car. And I'm sitting in the back of his SUV. I'm like, it's not in here. Where's my purse? Like it's an inconvenience to give me my things back. So I got my purse back. There was change missing from my purse. The freaking Matt Benham, I guess, drove me back to the Fulton County Community Charities building. They're all similar height, similar hair, similar everything. And I asked him where my car was because it wasn't there. He said it's in Canton. And I said, what is it doing in Canton? I can't get to Canton. I don't have any, I don't know anyone. I'm not Ubering all the way over there. He said, well, I don't know. Whatever, dude. Whatever. So I go in for the food stamp appointment, tell them I got illegally detained for 4 hours. They just stole my car. And Matt Benham comes running back in. I forgot to give you this. I'm like, what is that? It's a criminal trespass warning. He puts Michael something on his criminal trespass warnings. That's like the second or third one he gave me. For nothing. Doing nothing criminal. I said, wait, so like, is this for, all the Plato's Closet or just the one on Main Street in Roswell? Oh, no, just the one on Main Street, Roswell. Okay, thanks. So, I said, wow, you're such a good little cop for everyone else but me, right? Your dad must be real proud of you, Matt. For effing your mother of a whore that gave birth to you so he doesn't have to do it anymore. I don't think he got it. So he gave me my library pass back that he stole from my purse. He gave me the change back that he stole from my purse. And I got a criminal trespass warning for Plato's Closet that I wasn't planning on going back to anyway. So there's that. We'll talk about more criminal trespass warnings in the next episode, maybe.